Hey Trinity students, welcome to our YouTube channel.
What's up?
We are doing another edition of Top 10. But this episode of Top 10, we are looking at Pastor Joel's Top 10 favorite sports movies.
He's the man.
He is. We're excited to hear what he has to say. But first, shout out to all of our subscribers. Y'all are the best.
What's up?
If y'all have not subscribed yet, subscribe. Hit that bell button, get notifications when we post a video. You'll be better for it, we promise. Now, Joel, have you put a lot of thought into these top 10 movies?
I actually have. I'm all about sports movies. This really made me think a lot. I had to keep some out, and then I also had to pull some in. You'll be surprised by some, I guarantee you.
All right, well,
Looking forward to it. Let's do this.
Let's do this. Coming in at number 10, Joel, walk us through this list.
All right, number 10 is probably obscure. You guys aren't going to, I don't think you've ever seen this one, but I have. It is Coach. Coach. Back in the 1980s.
Coach?
Yes, this new coach comes into a small Christian school. This is a VHS tape type of movie, and he really just changes the game for this school, takes them all the way
Wait
to
a minute,
the
you said
championship.
VHS?
Oh, yeah,
What's the
VHS.
VHS?
Teenagers, Google that later. VHS. Here's the quote of the movie. The one kid on the team that has a bad temper, the coach tells him, our team is only as strong as the weakest link. And he remembers that in the heat of the final championship game, he remembers that. And
Wow.
he doesn't get teed up. And spoiler alert, they win the championship.
Wow. So I see on the graphic that you have that it looks like it says Eagles.
Yes, it does. They were the Eagles.
And the colors are blue, white, and gold.
Yes, that's correct.
Is this the
I just figured this out.
Trinity Baptist College documentary that we've all been waiting for?
Yeah, and not only that,
It is.
I think that's Joel
Yes.
and his dad and his brother Jonathan.
Right. That's all of them. I know why it's your favorite.
It
All
is.
right.
It
All
is.
right.
There you go. Number 10.
All right. Number 9. Let's move on to number 9.
McFarland USA.
All right.
Okay, Disney movie. And most of these movies I'm telling you about, they're true stories. Because I think those are the ones that really hit me in the heart. Because they really
Right.
happened.
Just like Pastor Vaughn's top 10, a lot of his were true stories.
You gotta have the true stories mixed in there.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
They are. Kevin Costner, I love him as an actor. He goes to this, he plays a coach that goes to this obscure, small little, it's almost like it's an Indian reservation, I believe.
Okay.
And he's a football coach, but he finds this group of kids, turns them into an elite cross-country team.
Hey,
Yeah,
shout out.
big story.
Shout out
McFarland
cross-country.
USA, Disney Plus.
It's on Disney Plus.
Check it out.
Okay.
And I think cross country can probably be argued as probably the most intense sport, other
Some
than
would say.
swimming.
Yes.
Other than swimming.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It is.
Shout out to all the cross country runners. We appreciate you. We respect you. We see you.
Comment below.
Yes.
That's right.
Going on to number 8.
Okay, now when we look at number 8, this one is back when I was in high school, a movie called Hoop Dreams.
Come on, Hoop Dreams.
All right, a documentary
Love it.
about Will Gates and Arthur Agee, 8th graders in downtown Chicago and their journey to go to the pros. You ever seen it, Trey?
No, I've never even heard of it.
I'm a big fan. Big fan.
Hoop Dreams.
Gotta get your hoop dreams on.
Now, spoiler alert, they never made it to the pros. They didn't make it, but it's a good movie, Hoop Dreams.
I think Pastor Joel is kind of feeling a little comfortable with giving all these spoilers because the likelihood that anybody goes back and watches any of this
Yes.
is slim to none.
To be honest, you're probably 0 for 3 in my book
Oh,
right now. But
brother.
we're gonna.
You guys
I
are
have
terrible.
confidence in you. I have
Terrible.
confidence in you. Number 7.
Okay, number 7, I think you guys are going to love this one. You can't beat this one. Miracle.
Hey, now we're talking.
Who
Now
doesn't like
we're
a good
talking.
miracle? You know what I'm saying?
1980 U.S. Olympic hockey team. A bunch of
USA.
amateur college players going up against the mighty Russians. 4-time gold medalist, and they beat them. Mike Erozione scores the winning goal. Herb Brooks is the coach. Al Michaels on the call. Do you believe in miracles? Yes, we do. USA.
Also on Disney Plus. Go check it out. Miracles coming in at number 7. Moving on to number 6.
Now, I will say Pastor Trey turned me on to this one like 2 weeks ago.
Yes, I did.
I sat down and watched it. It was an instant classic, The Greatest Game ever played.
Shout out Shia LaBeouf.
Now, if you know anything about golf, this happened back in the early 1900s, the U.S. Open. Shia LaBeouf plays the character of Francis Ouimet, a 20-year-old amateur, goes up against the pros in the U.S. Open, has a 10-year-old caddy, and ends up playing them in an 18-hole playoff. True story, he wins the U.S. Open.
Now, we're not going to spoil the end, but at the end, I will testify to this. I think you can agree.
Yes.
There's a moment where your eyes will begin to sweat profusely, and you cannot stop it. You just got to watch it. The greatest game ever played. Highly recommended. Again, Disney+.
Eye sweating is good for the soul, by the way.
It is. Moving on to number 5. Number 5.
Okay, now number 5 is not a true story, but Field of Dreams. It's more of like a sci-fi in a way, part of it.
I don't want to speculate or over-speculate, but are you a huge Kevin Costner fan?
You know, I kind of am. There's something about my boy Kevin in these movies. But this one will give you chills. You think about it, an Iowa farmer plows up his field. He hears a voice in his head that says what? If you build it, they will come. And the 1919 Chicago White Sox show up. They're ghosts, but they show up and play baseball. Great movie, Field of Dreams.
So he's hearing voices, he's seeing ghosts.
Seeing ghosts?
Yeah, highly recommended. No, I agree with you. I do love that movie. Number 4, Joel.
All right, so now when we look at number 4, we're starting to get into the good ones, okay? This one I watch just about every year,
Ooh.
The Rookie.
Yes.
Let's go, The Rookie.
Also on Disney+.
Yes.
About Jimmy Morris. He tried out for the pros when he was young, didn't make it, had an injury, and now he's a high school coach in Texas.
Right.
And his players know that he's a good pitcher because he pitches them in batting practice, and he makes a deal with his players. You know what that deal was?
What was it, Joel? Tell us.
He told his high school team, if you make the playoffs, I will go to a tryout for Major League Baseball. I'll do one tryout.
Okay, I love it.
And then, again, not a spoiler, but there's a scene at the end with him and his dad that just gets you every time.
It does.
So 2 things. Number 1, shout out to all high school coaches. Your dreams aren't done. You can still go pro.
That's right.
Number 2, I was watching this movie actually 2 weeks ago, and my wife Lauren looks over me at the scene I'm talking about. She likes to look at me whenever there's a possible chance I could be crying in movies.
My wife too.
And I'm just looking at her like, shut up! It gets you every time. Highly recommended. The Rookie, again, Disney+.
True story.
Not our sponsor, by the way, but they just happen to be all these movies on there.
P.S. During quarantine, send all Kleenex to Pastor Trey's house.
Yes, absolutely. Hey, before we get on to number 3, little side action question I have for you.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, Joel. You have to go to any fast food restaurant. It's a cheat day, so it's not keto. You have to go to any fast food restaurant, and you can combine, I'm talking about, I want a main sandwich and fries. You can combine it from any other restaurant. What 2 restaurants are you picking for which category?
All right, so if I'm going to a couple of different restaurants,
Okay.
all right, what I'm doing first is I'm hitting up Wendy's and I'm getting a Baconator.
Really?
Just loaded Baconator.
All right.
All about that.
Not like the main one, but like 3 patties, 6 strips of bacon.
Possibly.
I mean,
Depends
if
how
you're
I'm
gonna
feeling.
go all the way.
Right.
Yes. Yes. Then I'm going across over to Chick-fil-A and I'm getting their waffle fries.
All right. You're a waffle fry guy.
I'm just something about those waffle fries. And to finish it off, I'm hitting up Wits for a little dessert.
Yep. Beach Madness.
Beach Madness.
All right.
All about the Beach Madness. Shout out to Wits. Good stuff.
You guys prefer Wits over Dreamettes?
All day.
Oh, yes.
All day.
Yes. With that, it's superior.
It is. Sorry. Second question. What do you dip in your waffle fries in?
Chick-fil-A sauce.
Okay. I didn't know if you're a
Have to.
Polynesian guy or
No,
a
no,
Chick-fil-A
no,
sauce
no.
guy. Okay.
Polynesian.
Oh, Chick-fil-A sauce.
Also, side note, if you would have said ketchup, we would have ended this segment right here, and I would have had to walk off the stage. If you dip your waffle fries in ketchup,
There's nothing wrong with ketchup.
when Chick-fil-A sauce is an option,
Okay.
I feel okay. This is just me.
I'm a
I
Polynesian
stand by
guy.
that. Number 3, Joel.
Okay, 3. I know you guys are going to love this one. Remember the Titans.
Hey.
That was on
Come
Pastor
on.
Bond's list.
Yes.
Listen, the civil rights movement was happening. True story. two different schools are coming together as one. They're working through all these issues. Two different coaches.
Yeah.
I mean, the struggle between the best players.
Yeah.
Best scene. What's the best scene?
Best scene. When the coach, Denzel's getting a hard time for the color of his skin, we know this. Everybody's against him. The coach walks out to the referee and he goes, "You call this game fair? Or I swear, I'll see every last one of you in jail." And the ref goes, "You dig your own grave." He goes, "Okay, okay. Defense on me!" And then gives one of the best speeches in movie history.
Yes.
"I don't want them to gain
Another yard.
You blitz all night." I love it. Oh, I'm gonna run through a brick
You
wall
make
after
sure
this.
they remember the night they played
The Titans.
I love it. Great movie.
Thank
Now
you.
I'm hyped. Let's go. Number 2.
All right, number 2, we're going Goosebumps now. This is a big one right here. My favorite, one of my favorites, Rudy.
Rudy.
Come on, Daniel Rudiger from an obscure town in Illinois. He wants to play in one of the most elite college football universities in the land. He's 5'6", 160 pounds. He has dyslexia. He fights and works and battles. And there's a scene at the end of the movie, since Trey has told me before, he's never seen this
I
movie.
have not seen Rudy. Comment below if you're with me.
Shame
By the
him.
way,
I've not seen
shame on
Rudy.
Shame
Trey.
him in the comments.
By the
Wow,
way,
a
shame
little
on Trey.
harsh, but I'll take it.
But there's a scene at the end of the movie, I'm not going to spoil it for you, Trey, where you think the movie, the writers added this as like on top of the true story to make it like really good. It really happened. It really happened in the real life true story. You've got to see it. You got to watch it. Rudy.
Rudy coming in at number 2.
Rudy is without a doubt one of the finest sports movies in movie history.
I'll take your word for it. Number 1.
Now, this is my number 1, and
All right.
may have something to do with where I grew up.
Where did you
and
grow
the
up?
sport that I played. I grew up in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Okay.
Boom, boom,
Hoosiers.
boom.
Gene Hackman, Hoosiers, the story of Milan High School, or in the movie they call them Hickory High School. They are in the single class where all of these schools are involved, playing for the state championship in Indiana, which is like the mecca for basketball. And they make it all the way to the state championship, playing against Muncie Central in Indianapolis. They think there's no way that Hickory or Milan can beat this team. At the end of the game, it's tied up 30-30. I know, barn burner, right? Defensive battle, 30-30. Jimmy Chitwood in the game, their best player, walks up to the coach. They got the ball with a couple of seconds left. He says this iconic phrase. He says, "Coach, I'll make it." Gets the ball, and I'm just going to spoil it. It's a true story. Hits the shot. Milan High School, smallest school ever, to win the Indiana State Championship.
What was the final score again?
32-30. Incredible game. A defensive juggernaut.
Vaughn, what do you think about this?
Joe. Hoosiers.
Listen, number 1 all time. Go watch it, kids. Hoosiers.
All right.
You'll be
Kids.
crying. You'll be laughing. Incredible story.
All right. This has been Joel's
sorry,
top
kids.
10. Hoosiers at his number 1. Do you have any honorable mentions that you would like to throw out there that did not make the top 10 before we?
All right, just a couple quick honorable mentions that I could have thrown in there. There was like the We Are Marshall,
Love
true
it.
story. You got Coach Carter,
Great. Yep.
Glory Road.
Yes.
Don Haskins, shout out.
Yes, I mean, those were some of the ones I thought about throwing in there.
Yeah, some of the ones that you could have put in instead of you.
No. These are my top 10. Those other ones just honorable mentions.
All right. This has been Pastor Joel's top 10 sports movies. Let us know in the comments if you agree, if you somewhat agree, or
Yes,
if this
you
has
do.
just been absolute comical to you. Do you have
on.
anything y'all want to say before we head out?
I just can't wait. We've seen your top 10.
Yes.
We've seen my top 10. This guy right here needs to give his top 10.
Let's do it right now. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna do it right now. Hey, but listen, I can take the feedback. Vaughn stood by his top 10.
Yes.
Joel's standing by
Yes.
his top 10. I'll stand by mine. It's all we can do in
I
life,
had a
right?
lot of flack for my top 10 too, by the way.
Hey, listen, we love you guys. Again, hit subscribe if you have not subscribed yet. Hit that bell button to get notifications when we post a video. Other than that, we love you. We miss you. We will see you soon. Signing off.
Peace
See
out.
ya.
You guys are awesome.